Are you going crazy during this downtime? If so, stick around for this video because we're gonna share what we're doing during this downtime because we're at a halt and it is a collective shift. And we know that you can have two choices. You can spend it in fear and anxiety and stress, or you can choose faith and love. And so if you're someone who's stressing out, then we encourage you to stick around for this video and catch last week's video where we shared our top 3 tips on how to deal with anxiety during this time. But today we're going to be talking about what we're personally doing in our life during the free time. And we want to encourage you to make the most of it. How many of you have been asking for a freaking pause or a freaking vacation from your own life? Well, this is your opportunity, so use it wisely. If you're tuning in, I'm Brit and this is Chris Carmichael, and together we have founded the Elevated Life series where we teach you these simple mindset shifts to create radical transformation in your life. And today's topic is gonna help you to relax and use this time wisely. So stick around and we'll share our tips.
Yeah, you know, it's so wild how, like Britt said, so many of us have been asking for some reprieve from life. How do we get out of our routine? How do we make big changes? And if you've noticed, if you've ever looked back at your life, just take a moment, look back on your life. When did you have the biggest changes? It was always during times of chaos. You know, it's always chaos that brings everything kind of to a head and has us reevaluate and restart to look at our lives and say, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing as a collective? You can feel right now, as a collective, we're suffering in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of people who are totally afraid. And Brit she nailed it. You know, we can either go into that fear base or we can do love. And truthfully, if you want to, you can do both. Start off in the fear and then navigate it to love. Remember, energy is something that just has to be transformed. If you're tired of how you're feeling or tired of like what's going on in your life, transform that energy. Start to look at things in a new way. Take those big pauses. One of the best parts that we have right now is that we have been online for a good while. Like anything that you want to learn how to do right now, there's YouTube, there's videos, there's courses, there's things. YouTube's free. I mean, hop on this guy. Libraries now have apps. If you've been saying, hey, I really would like to read a book, but I don't have the time, and now you have all this extra, get into a spot where you realize the library's got an app called Libby. So if you use your phone, get on Libby, the app, you can go and listen to audiobooks from your library for free too. So you can spend this time sitting there and wondering like, what's going to happen, what am I gonna do? But the truth is, you'll never come up to the real answer because we don't know yet. The best that you can do is prepare yourself for what you would like to have happen afterward. And so it's exactly what we're doing here.
So one of the things that we're doing to keep our energy high vibing in the Carmichael household is consuming all of the content that we have been stockpiling for the last 6 months. So how many of you have been sitting on all these podcasts in your inbox? You've got books piling up on your bookshelf and you've got online courses. Maybe you're in the Elevated Life. So many of our members, even the ones that are in Spain, have been saying, you know, we are on full-blown lockdown, and I've actually been able to catch up on all the content inside the Elevated Life. So we are doing the same. We are consuming all of the books and the positive content and the education that we've been wanting to equip ourselves with. So now's not a time to freak the fuck out and waste your energy. We need to consume more knowledge, more peace, more tools so that we can handle what's about to happen, because this is just the tip of the iceberg of change. And this is a collective change that we all need to show up and actively, consciously participate in. And so if you have been lacking some kind of knowledge that's helping you move to that next level or expand your reach, now's the time to go online, people. If you haven't been considering some kind of shift on how can I create an online-based business, this is the opportunity. And it's exactly why we created the Elevated Life, because I knew that my hair salon wasn't gonna last my entire lifetime. And we needed to come up with a way to make that shift. And a few years ago, we started the Elevated Life, which we're so grateful to be here with you guys every week and inside the membership club. And one of the ways that we see so many leaders and light workers showing up during this time is offering their support and their wisdom. And one of the things that we've been talking about, how can we help? How can we show up and support besides, you know, going live and sharing these videos? Well, for the last 2 years, we've created content in the elevated life that is life changing. And there's over 100 meditations and 25 master classes. And we've decided to give you guys access for the next 30 days for only $1. We did not think we'd be bringing this dollar link out. We're actually going through the process of rebranding and up-leveling the elevated life. So we were going to close it down. Yep. I actually have a task in my inbox that says like close down the elevated life and let people know. But with this happening, which is kind of crazy, we've decided to keep it open for the next 30 days for only $1 while we're going through our own rebirth and rebranding inside the elevated life. So if you're someone who's struggling with stress and anxiety and you want to start consuming high vibing content and surround yourself with like-minded positive people for that support, you know, you are the makeup of the 5 closest people you keep. So if you're in a fear-based situation right now, look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Are they tuning into love or are they tuning into fear? So you can join
Yes.
you can join us inside the elevated life for the next 30 days for only $1 so that we can support you with all of the meditations to help you calm the F down. You can access that by going to BrittanyCarmichael.com/dollar.
You know, it reminded me, the masterclass that we did this month was all on mindfulness, which, I mean, this
Perfect timing. You think we might have known something.
It can't be a better opportunity for people to get into the present moment and get out of their head. And it was amazing. One of the things that we did during our live masterclass is to give people a moment to just breathe, to be quiet and breathe, you know, to take a few deep breaths. And we only did it for a couple of minutes. And it was amazing how much better people felt when they were just able to pause for a moment. Just a little bit of time to take a break out of your life and just to close your eyes down and just to take 5 or 10 really long deep breaths. That's it. I'm not talking about anything crazier than that. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't need any tools. If you just will, at the end of this video, whenever you're done watching, take a pause, turn everything off, close your eyes down, and just breathe deep. Just 5 to 10 really nice long deep breaths in and out of your nose. If you breathe out of your mouth will dry out and you'll have a terrible experience.
And hold on, like here's the medical part in me, like, and if you keep your mouth open while you're breathing, you're actually breathing in the virus and it sits in the throat. So if you want to help to reduce the risk, start breathing through your nose and start drinking warm tea so that you can move that bacteria into your gut where it actually has, again, everything has the right tools. If you have the right tools in life, you'll know how to handle anything that comes your way. Because let's face it, if you look back to all the ancient philosophers and the wisdom that's available to us, they already knew the answer. We already have the answer. Nature already has the answer. So if we just slow the fuck down and tune into our own intuitive, natural wisdom, we'll have the answer. And the answer is everything's gonna be okay. This is what we've been asking for because we need a change. We've been saying that our school system needs a reform. We've been saying that our politics needs a reform. So this is the opportunity.
And healthcare, literally everything.
Literally the way that we all do life. You can look at America versus other countries and we're so fucking fast paced that it's literally killing us. It's literally killing us. So this is a beautiful opportunity to make a shift. So if you want to play your collective part in this and offer peace and like offer some kind of like, I want to have a purpose. Well, your purpose is to bring joy to the moment. So in your own family, in your own community, in your own life, can you take responsibility for bringing the light and being peaceful and tuning into a positive vibration rather than focusing on the fear and the negativity? Because if we waste all of our energy and worry, then we're not going to have the amount that it takes to deal with a problem when it does arise, because life comes with problems. And this is just, we're going to look back on this and it's going to be a huge shift, but it's going to be something of the past, just like everything else. I mean, is anyone talking about COVID anymore?
It's wild.
No, and that's
Wow.
that's a sad thing. I mean,
Wow.
let's talk about it. Things are shifting. We're going to be on to the next thing in a few months or in a year. So what can you do to get through this in a positive way?
Yeah, so we've talked about how to get more positivity in your life. If you want to join Elevated Life, join our membership club. It's literally just a huge combination of personal and spiritual development into tools easily laid out for you. I mean, we've had that knocked out. So if you need positive stuff in your life, do that. Yeah. Tune out the news. We know what's going on right now. Tune that out. Tune out that kind of stuff.
Please turn off the news. Like, if it's something that you really freaking need to know, you'll find out. Someone will tell you.
Everyone will tell you.
You'll find out, I promise, okay?
Yeah, so after that, let's say you've got your thoughts more positive now. You're feeling a little bit better. You've taken the break like we mentioned. You've taken the nice 10 deep breaths. You've relaxed yourself a little bit. Now let's talk about the other parts of your life that you can take advantage of. And we're
not just intimacy.
Intimacy. Listen, this
is that what was coming?
Yes.
I could feel it.
Get that intimacy up. If you haven't been around your partner, if you guys haven't been spending time with each other, if you're in a spot where you can go on a walk together, if you're in a spot where you can just sit and have conversations about life, about the future, turn on great music, like get on YouTube and look up whatever recipes you guys love and make those things. And I'll tell you a secret right now. If you are into vegan stuff at all, or salads or any of that kind of thing, that's what's at the store. Like everyone's going there.
There's so true.
All the meat's gone, all the eggs gone.
Our foods have not been affected at all. There's been an abundance of tempeh and tofu and organic peanut butter.
Yeah, nobody wants to, everybody's just buying meat and stuff. And so you can look at your health and look at your partner and say, let's make some new recipes. Yeah. Let's bake some stuff. Let's make some, like someone.
Text just said she baked some bread this week.
Yeah, do something amazing. Yeah. Like make every part of your life something that, if you're with your partner right now, instead of worrying, instead of being afraid and just nonstop talking about that.
Make some sex magic, man. Like just get it in.
Just remind each other that you love each other. Like a lot of people are stressed out. And so rather than just, building that fire together, be next to each other and just say, hey, I'm just, it's been a while since we've had this time together. I just want to tell you, I appreciate you. Like you matter so much to me. My life would not be the same if it weren't for you in it. So talk to your partner that way. Like you realize that the divorce rate right now is super high. It's super high in places that have been in a quarantine because people aren't used to spending time together.
People are having to deal with their darkness. Yeah, people are having to deal with their darkness right now. So use this time as a way for you to confront, like, what are the parts of yourself that you've been saying, I need to make a change? Like, use this opportunity to commit, whether that's your health or an old belief system that needs to be let go of, because this is what I see as a collective. This is a belief system that needs to die off, and it's called fear, okay? So because let's face it, people, 20,000 people died last month in America alone from the flu. 6,000 people have died worldwide. 10,000 people have died worldwide. Why aren't we worried about the flu every fucking month? Okay, like this is a pandemic, fear-based thought belief, and yes, it's physically happening, but it's also something that we are all collectively tuning into. But if we could all collectively tune into love and peace and change and positivity, oh my God, can you imagine how much further we'd all go? I'm just saying.
Yeah, think about right now what you can do. So let's say that everything was back to normal in a month. Let's say it's back to normal in 2 months. What are you gonna do then? Like, how are you going to show up then? And get ready for how that person is going to show up and start to be that person now, whatever that is for you. And again, bring your intimacy up. Do not let it slide with your partner right now. They depend on you. You matter to them.
Brings you to the present moment.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, get that back. Get the intimacy part. Bring your back relationships. I'm finding people that I played Xbox with like literally 10 years ago.
I played PlayStation with him last night. I haven't done that in like a decade.
So it's such a time.
Like fucking play. You have downtime. When you have downtime and I don't know what the next step is. You know why? Because your next step is to rest. Because you're about to be called to step into something great. Have you not noticed that every time before you're called to do something or to make a change, there is that downtime, there's that turning point, and you can either use it worrying or you can use it resting. So we encourage you to rest. We haven't gotten out of our PJs until today.
Jams.
But hey, we still got our PJs down here. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, so it's really important for you to use this time to cultivate energy, to restore your playfulness, your connection, your intimacy. Like, read those books, connect with old people, like get back old school on the phone and call your friend, you know what I mean? And
it's been so good. You forget how awesome people are in your life that you've been busy.
You're so busy.
We've been busy. We've been building businesses. We've been moving. We've been traveling. We've been doing all these things. And like, I mean, I've made so many new friends on the way, but I've forgotten. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. I remember how much I freaking love you. Like, you made me laugh so hard. We have such a good time. So find those old friends. Find those people you haven't talked to in a long time. Call your mama if they're still around and let them know, like, I care about you. You matter to me. I just want to be with you and let you know that we're okay. I'm okay. I care about you. You know, you're heard and understood. and push that out to everybody that you know. Spread that good message. Like, a lot of people aren't hearing that right now. We're just hearing panic, panic, panic. And so get into a place where you're reminding everybody about the small things. Just a simple smile, just a simple nod. It doesn't have to be crazy, just something little. I mean, hell, send cards out, send whatever it is that you need to do. E-cards are fine. Send them out, let people know.
Yeah, and okay, so a great question came in. They said, Shayna says, I see that sweater. Okay, since we're live, I have to share. Shayna, I've been thinking about you all freaking morning. I almost got on the phone and called you while I was getting ready and putting on the sweater. I just want to send you a lot of love. I can feel some energy coming from you. So we decided to get on this live and just kind of bring the peace and bring the joy. Chris goes, what topic are we going to talk about today? And I said, it doesn't matter what topic we talk about. We just need to show up and we need to bring the light and just be an example of peace and to remind people that, like, this ain't nothing but a thing. Like, it's okay. We'll get through this. Like, the flu killed more people last month than it has worldwide. Okay, it's gonna be okay, guys. We'll make it through. So what can you do and what are you doing? Leave in the comments below right now, like during the downtime, to keep the peace, to bring some joy, to access playfulness. Like, have you read any good books? Like, I see a lot of book threads going around right now. What book are you reading? Like, Living with Joy by Sanaya Roman is my book recommendation for all people. Now, we did have a question, so I wanna address that before we hop off of here. Someone asked, what do you do if you live in the ghetto and you wanna make the change? Like, how do you just change? Well, let me be the first to tell you that we both came from the ghetto. I grew up in a trailer park and Chris grew up with gunshots, okay? So, like, you can have any background, it's a choice. The way that you make the change is you make a decision that no matter what I've come from or what I've experienced or what pain from the past has come about in my life, I still have the opportunity to choose again and to choose differently. So just because you've had learned behavior from, maybe you've had shitty parents and they've taught you shitty relationships, that doesn't mean that you have to continue that cycle. You have the choice to say, I'm breaking the cycle and I believe that I'm worthy, because a lot of us are feeling unworthy because we've had parents that didn't know how to be loving parents.
Yeah, and once you've gotten past that part, once you realize that you deserve it, and once you believe that, it takes that belief. You have to believe that you deserve it and that it's possible for you. Those are the first two starting points. And for a lot of people, those are the biggest obstacles that they'll have, because they don't know that that's the case. So once you believe that inside and you feel that I can do this, it's possible for me, it's in the realm of things that can happen in my life, the next thing that you want to go do is go out and study as many successful people as you can. Find people who are from the exact same situation that you're in, doesn't matter what it is, and find their story of triumph. Because if we copy in some way what successful people do, especially their mindsets and things like that, we can have very similar results. So find those people, especially if you haven't been in a place where you've had that kind of success or you've seen that in your regular life. You know, they say that one of the fastest ways to become a millionaire is to surround yourself with millionaire people, because they think a little differently, they talk a little differently, things are a little different. And it's the truth whether you want to be about fitness, whether you want to be into spirituality, whether you want to be in your religion, whether you want to be good at cooking, whatever it is. If you get around people who are doing that and talking about that and thinking about that, and their life exists and revolves around that thing, you'll pick up what they're doing, at least some of it. And even if you only get 20 or 30 or 40% of the way where they are, hell, you did great, especially if you start out at zero or maybe even minus some. So get that belief hardcore in you. You need to feel it every single part of your body. Every bone needs to feel that you're capable and that you can do it, and then start studying success and immediately take action. If you spend time thinking, if you spend time worrying, is the plan gonna make it? Is this gonna happen? Or is there gonna be this? There's gonna be obstacles, there's gonna be chaos. There's no need to plan for them, they're already going to be there. And so make sure that you're just consistently taking action. The thing that prevents most people from starting from something to moving to something else is a lack of action. And so if you will just get up there and make mistakes, make like the first 20 steps be total failures, and then after that you'll figure it out.
So what is the next action step that you're gonna take that helps you make a change in your life? Leave it in the comments below, and if you know someone who would love this message, please tag them or share the video, and come surround yourself with greatness inside the Elevated Life Membership Club. We're giving you access for 30 days for only $1 when you sign up at BrittanyCarmichael.com/dollar. We wanted to give back to you in a way that would help you calm the F down and find more peacefulness and positivity in your life. So come connect with a high vibing tribe, and we will see you guys next week for the Elevated Life. Peace.
Hi, we're live and we literally have 4 videos going. That's what this is about. Welcome to Elevate Life.
But the most important one, remember, is
It's
you.
important. You're so important. You're so important. You're important. You're
You get a car and you get a car.
And you get
a
I just sent it to my
car.
mom. I just sent it to my mom.
No way.
Yeah, the last thing I said was, you get a car. I'll show you when we're done.
You get a car.
She's up. Oh, I'm sore. I'm sore, Dylan. Dylan Werner.
Honestly.
I'm sore. Should make us do all that hard stuff.
Oh.
Babe, what in the world is happening right now?
I'm trying not to cut your head off.
Quote, she said it right there. It's you right there. Are we gonna go live or just gonna wait 10 more minutes?
We're doing our best. I feel like Justin Bieber right now.
I don't know what that means, but that's great. I mean, I'm happy for you. I feel it.
I've got his music in my blood right now.
Now I'm going, yummy,
Okay.
yummy.
Boom.